Sharing your story is the key for effective youth engagement. Stick around to find out why. Hey, I'm Jermaine Wong, the Faith Creative. Every fiber of our being is wired to receive and digest story. And storytelling is one of the most powerful techniques we have as human beings to communicate, motivate, and inspire. This is not my opinion. This is scientific fact.
Dr. Harris, do you concur?
It's essential for us to know what happens when we tell stories, especially when we're trying to engage the youth. Let's get straight into it. 1. Storytelling is powerful when it comes to youth engagement because it creates emotional connections. If you ever cried, got angry, or excited at a film, it's because the story it told created an emotional connection. This happens because storytelling has a mystical ability to produce empathy in its listeners. Empathy is key when it comes to youth engagement because it allows other people to understand how others are feeling and how they might react in a given situation.
You don't know nothing. You don't know the pain we feel.
For example, here's a fact versus story. Fact: John dumps Karen the day after her mum dies. It was Valentine's Day. That's cold, right? Obviously, John is not a nice guy. But what's his story? On February the 13th, just before she passed away, Karen's mum asked John not to distract her from her studies, and this was her dying wish. The day after, John ended the relationship. Do you still feel the same way about John? Can you somehow empathize with him? When you engage your youth with an effective story, or better yet, your own personal story, you produce empathy and create an emotional connection. 2. Storytelling is powerful for youth engagement because it excites as it enlightens and it engages as it educates.
Now, why is that?
Storytelling has been one of the most fundamental education methods since the beginning of time. According to brain research and neurobiology, stories with emotional content result in better understanding of the key points the teacher is trying to make, and it is remembered even weeks after. This completely demolishes the practice of remembering facts from a PowerPoint presentation. What this simply means is that we retain information better when we emotionally connect to it through storytelling rather than rote memorization. This is what makes storytelling so powerful for youth engagement because it excites as it enlightens and engages as it educates.
What are you doing? I'm writing this down. This is good stuff.
This last point is probably the most, if not the most important reason why storytelling is essential for youth engagement. The next point is so powerful. I have literally seen it change young people's lives and indeed change the world. Expect great change when you apply number 3. Storytelling is powerful for youth engagement because it instills belief.
I knew that.
All stories, whether we intend them to or not, have a theme. But you see, a story theme is more than just a highlight of a particular topic. A story theme is a universal statement for how we ought to live our lives. For example, one of the most common story themes is good will always triumph over evil. Now, a listener who has been following the story and has emotionally connected with the character, the theme of good will always triumph over evil will be instilled as a belief. This is pretty powerful stuff and puts tremendous influence into the hands of a storyteller. This is why at certain points in human history, storytellers were considered the most dangerous people on the planet. But storytelling used to instill a positive belief is one of the greatest gifts someone could ever give to a young person. Imagine a story theme that says, a developed passion will lead to your success and happiness. Or focus and determination will allow you to fulfill your hopes and dreams. Imagine how life-changing those statements would be if your young people actually believed them. When a young person believes in their ability to achieve, they will achieve. So, why is storytelling a powerful ingredient for youth engagement? 1. Storytelling creates emotional connection and produces empathy. 2. Storytelling excites as it enlightens and engages as it educates. 3. Storytelling instills belief. Question: what powerful story has engaged you this week? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Leave your comments below and follow us on all social media at Final Call Productions. And always remember this, with a little bit of faith and imagination, nothing will be impossible for you. My name is Jermaine Wong, the Faith Creative.